Here is my newest and latest video of the loadmaster press solving two issues. One of the static in the powder measure and the support on it, because people have been ripping them off benches, so I solved both. We will start with the powder measure here. As you can see, it's not on the press because I can't get the static to stop. I've tried the dryer sheet, washing it with warm soapy water. I've tried grounding it. Here's the wire right here. That wasn't working so well. I had powder going into the top of the press here. Didn't like that. Made for very inconsistent charges. So, and I even put powdered graphite in between the parts that move and kept having powder inside of the hole where the powder falls into it. So we solved the issue by putting on a Dillon powder measure. This is off my square deal, which is sitting over there at the moment, and it was put on with a 550 powder die to make it work on this press. No more static, infinitely adjustable, works like a champ. Perfect. So now the twisting of the press on the bench. This right here, not very good base. I put it as close as I could under here to try to keep it from twisting, but it does flex a lot when you're loading. So what I did is made a bracket. It is 2 1/8" pieces of aluminum put together. Probably overkill, but I'm going to do this once and it's going to last. Drilled a couple holes here through the press. Bolted it, some washers and some lock nuts. Not going anywhere. And having it connected to the bench, first I got a piece of 3 foot 1 inch by 1 inch 16th inch square channel. I cut an angle down here at the bench in the bottom to get it to sit as nice and as flush as possible, not to move. I'll talk about this later on because that wasn't supposed to be there. Got that angle right, came up here. What I did is notch this out here, bent it over, re-welded it. It's not the prettiest, but it'll do. Then I cut it down to fit. And I attempted to notch it out for this to sit in here. It's not the best, but it worked. Turns out my cutting wheel wasn't long enough to fit in there easily. And when I squeezed this together with the bolt, it pinched this, and this bolt right down here, this whole leg shifted over when it squeezed it, which is where this comes into play. I had to drill a hole through here, through the wood, and got it bolted in with just stuff I had floating around. So now it's securely in place and does not move. So now we're gonna load, I got 15 rounds in here. I'm gonna load it up and you're gonna watch and see how it works. Let me put this in place. You guys can watch while I load. You should be able to see in the video how much this actually moves once I really get going. Now the bullet thing here we will put into place. Does not like to do it when there's nothing in there. There we go. Fully automatic lead loadmaster, loading 45 ACP. I'd say there is very little or no movement at all while loading. No flexing whatsoever. I do gotta say, it's quite a workout though. Especially pushing down on the bottom of the stroke. You really gotta lean into it, but loads like a champ. Everything's smooth, polished all the surfaces everybody else talks about. Apparently I miscounted bullets here. Let me grab another one. Sort of screwed that one up, I guess, huh? Let me just stick that in its place. You do not run it when there's nothing in there, because it does screw up the teeth. I wasn't planning on this part happening here, but hey. There you go, that's 15 rounds loaded up of 45 ACP. And got issues solved of the static and the fluxing on the machine. It loads like a champ. Have a good day.